No, you'd think I'd learn by now. I was
Dixie's just here to take pictures, so let me get this off.
what?
Don't say what. Did you hear me or not?
Well, I heard you were talking, but you were do dip 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 dip. Mwah.
I'm not hitting the...
Vin.
You can't see the sofa?
No, it looks like Evan and...
It'd be great.
Huh?
But don't start recording early, Francis, please, because this is going to be about 5 more minutes.
Oh, okay.
Rolling.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the last episode of Just Crazy Talk. It's been just under 2 years, and it's been an absolute blast.
I'm sorry. Can we start over again? I had the wrong camera on the same time.
Yeah.
No!
Actually, we can't start over because
All right.
let me say before we start, if you guys would please not use chat bubbles because it's just hell to edit out. So if you could just not use chat bubbles.
Okay, here we go.
Shaggy,
Oh.
Shaggy, I know where you live.
Okay, here we go.
It's the last one. I have to get all my heckling in. I'm sorry.
All right, Mackie, whenever you're ready.
Dang it. Francis? Oh, see, now I sound like a dork.
Yeah.
Like always, yeah. Okay, no, I feel like a dork. Big difference there.
You want me to do it? God.
You go ahead.
Oh no, I don't want to. I don't like to.
All right. Okay, ready. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the last episode of Just Crazy Talk. It's been about 2 years, and I want to say thank you to everybody that's out there listening, everybody that downloads, and especially Evan, Francis, and Mary Helen for all of your work. Leica, Kirill, Elor, Grim, Banshee Kate, and Chagall, everybody that has helped with us with the Just Crazy Travels and Just Crazy Talk. Thank you. And Leica, too.
Even though he's not here.
Well, I know, but I think I said it. I don't know.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have been 2 years exactly on, what was it? We did the first show.
October, wasn't it?
1st of October, yeah.
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, so close.
Yeah, well, you know, things happen. We can still say it was 2 years.
Well, it's darn close. And tonight we have Cyrex, who is now the new, I guess, are you the admin for Life in There? Look at me, I don't even know.
Admin, editor,
Editor, okay.
general, whatever.
Okay, yeah, so for all of you that don't know, actually my husband and I started Life in There. It was 4 years in, March 2003. March 2003 we opened it. And it kind of died out last summer, was it May or June? And then Cyrex came to Uncle John and they worked it out and talked about it. I didn't even know about it until I heard there was a Life in There meeting when was it? When did you guys restart? Was it like...
Well, I took the paper over. Started back up in June, about the middle of June. Started recruiting new writers and so forth like that. And yeah, we had I guess the meeting you probably are talking about was about mid-July.
Oh, it cracked me up because I came home from grocery or something, and we have our office down in the, in the office area, and I could hear you, I guess, and you said something like you were fixing to do something, or you said something that Evan
here
says,
she goes.
and I was like, what are you doing talking to Evan? It was just so funny. I was like, what is going on? And then I find out it's not even Evan, but you guys are very close.
She is fixated on the way Southern people say fixing to, and
Well, no,
we're
you
gonna
guys
go do
did
something, we're
sound.
fixing to go
Alright. I'm
It's
just
okay.
saying.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, if I wasn't from the South, I'd be fixated on it too.
Well, you know us Southern folks have our own little way of talking.
Yeah, it's everybody
We
else that
do.
talks funny, not us. It's you guys that talk funny.
Well,
not
you're
us.
very right. You're very
Yeah.
right.
Them nasally whining.
Wow. Wow. Nasally whining, huh?
I was talking to somebody about that at the RLG about how I think it was Lily I was poking fun of for the way she talked.
Wow. Nasal whiny. Thanks,
Yeah,
buddy.
nasally whining. You know, like they have this nasally whining thing going. I'm just kidding.
Well, you know, if this wasn't our last show, it sure would have been now. I'm breaking up with you.
Oh yeah. After that photograph, everybody really, the rumors really started then.
Yeah, no kidding. Do you guys see that? I finally got my kiss. After how many years? 4 years at least. I have been begging you for a freaking kiss.
Yeah, but you know what? He didn't do it in front of anybody. He, like, took her out in the hallway. So none of us saw it. We got to see the pictures later.
There
You
were
know,
people
he
out
was
there.
afraid he would be
Uh-uh.
overwhelmed
Nope,
with
there were
emotion.
people out there.
Yeah, there were.
No doubt Chick was out there, and that strange lady that we just met that I like. Pulled her into the picture.
Yeah, but you
and
took a really good picture with her.
Yeah.
A really good picture with her.
I shouldn't have said strange lady. She was a sweet lady. She was just exhausted from that family reunion. I liked her, so I pulled her into the picture. Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't make out with her, though, because then I would have been really hurt.
No. The plumbing's in all the wrong places, honey.
Oh, goodness. All right,
Yeah,
so
so,
back to Cyrex.
Yeah. Sorry. We do this, you know. I should have warned you ahead of time.
I know. I'm not sure that he's been in the audience before. Was there
Not in
ever-
the audience, but I have watched several episodes, so
You know how it works, then. Okay.
Okay, yeah, we just don't want to offend. Who was it? I think it was Gabby. Was so worried that we forgot about her.
Was she? When did we forget about her?
Well, we did the show, remember, at the New Member Social Services, and we went off and we were talking about stuff, and then she's like, I'm right here.
God. She's like, hey, I'm here. Yeah, that's right.
We were talking about everything under the sun.
Okay, you just hijacked again, so you want to get
I
back to
know, I
Cyrus.
did. Okay, so, Mr. Cyrex, what kind of history do you have as far as editing? What brought you to want to write, and what brought you to Life in There? It was dead for, what, about a year?
well, yeah, it was dead for, it was actually right at a year by the time I took it over.
Right.
No, I contacted John because I've known about the paper in the past and always read it. And I just got tired of seeing it sit stagnated. And I said, no, there's something that's got to be done. As for my experience, I'm, basic, writing and stuff through college and everything, but no, I'm not a journalist by any darn means. And
yeah.
but I do web pages and so forth in real life. So I thought, this wouldn't be too bad of a project to take on, and so I started recruiting staff and everything, and it just kind of snowballed from there, and actually has improved. We actually have redesigned the site totally, whole new background, software is now running it, and basically just, took the site and did a complete makeover and brought it back to life.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, there's a lot of memories on that site. A lot of history.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a huge part of their history. I mean, a major part.
Oh, definitely. And, I mean, the old information is still archived. It hasn't gone anywhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I told Uncle John that I need you to save that stuff before anything happens to it.
So did you know what you were getting yourself into when you started that? Because, there's a big misconception out there that running a virtual newspaper is not that hard, and it can be difficult. If you do it right, it
can be difficult. We spent a good 2.5 to 3 weeks just trying to redesign the site before we even went live with it. And then, recruiting people to write. I mean, basically, that was a challenge within itself. But I'm proud of the staff that we have. We have a very well dedicated staff. Dixie, she helps edit the paper with me. She's my right hand woman. I would say man, but yep, right hand woman.
She's too cute for that.
Yes, she is. But yeah, it actually has turned out to be a little bit more of a challenge than I thought about. But it's not something that it's going to scare me away, because I'm actually looking at new things. We redesigned the site. We've redesigned actually the Life in There buggy, the jackets. Oh yeah, we've redesigned a lot of things.
And you added some new sections too, didn't you? Didn't you add some, what is it,
Yeah.
Ask Lovey?
Yeah, we got Ask Lulu. So if you've got a question, if you ever read like in the real life newspapers, Dear Abby, stuff like that, we got Ask Lulu, who's Lulu 8. And, you write her in, have your problem, she'll answer it, try to solve it. She will never use your avatar's name in the paper. So, I mean, for example, you might be Sleepless in Tear, I don't know, but she'll answer your question.
That's so cute.
Then, yeah, and then we got Burnout King, excuse me, who has got his World of Wills. He's actually doing an article a week on a specific designer or buggy, featuring a new, each one each week, so the designers can get their advertisement out there. And then I've got to, we redesigned the way that our sponsors are featured. We are now on actually a rotating banner ad, and I've got to give big hands to Banshee Kate, who is she came, as soon as she knew we were back in business, she was knocking on my door, and I was just like, yeah, come on.
Yay.
Yeah, and it's awesome. I've got her, in fact, Evan's a sponsor. And what we do is, with that, the money that does bring in, we do charge a very small fee, but it's basically to help, basically promote the site. That's basically what I'm using the money for. I buy like these jackets and stuff we designed. We've got a new hoverboard in World, and those items are now being given out such as gifts through certain events like CCR on Friday nights. We've sponsored
that's awesome.
that. Yeah. And so we basically use that to help fund that, but it's the main purpose of that is to, of course, to promote the paper. And I've got to honestly say I've been watching the numbers consistently go up each week.
Very
actually,
good.
we've been going up.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Well, yeah,
Do you have
charging for advertising is, it's never for the money. It's always.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
And nobody minds doing it, It's easy, and it gives them, it helps both of you.
Well,
exactly.
Yeah, and writers don't always necessarily ask for compensation, and it's not even about that. It's just to help offset the cost a little bit, because that's another thing too that Mackie can attest to that. It costs money to run these papers.
Mm-hmm.
And
We were lucky though. We had it in the very beginning remember if people came to your site and would sign up. Do you remember that? If they became a member because they found your site and then went to I don't know what that was called, but that was running in beta, and we made so much money off of that.
Oh,
people would Google, find our site, and then from our site they would find there.com and then become a member, and it would bounce back to us.
The referral, yeah.
Was that it? It was some sort of referral thing.
It was the commission junction thing, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. That was something Uncle John did, but he's so good at getting our paper out and getting the Google spiders and all that fun stuff. And that's how we could afford to pay our staff, pay our, submission costs, all that fun stuff. But yeah, that was a good part.
Yeah, that would be cool if they brought that back.
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing that Dare actually did officially for a while. They signed up with people who have been on the web for a good while probably heard of it, Commission Junction, where they do when someone clicks through on a banner and signs up, you get a little bit of a commission. It's very small, like, you know, maybe 2/10 of a penny per whatever click or whatever, but you could make a little bit of money from it.
Oh, yeah.
And they're incorporated, and I don't think it was under McKinnon, but they did that for a while, and a lot of the fan
No,
sites
it was
jumped
their
on
Inc.
that. Was it their Inc? Yeah, I
Yeah.
knew it was either during beta or right after beta ended.
Yeah, it was during beta because it was while I was, so I had to stop writing pretty much after I got hired. For one, I didn't have time, but two, I didn't want there to be, you know, favoritism issues and all that stuff. So it was after I kind of had to step away even. So it would have been summer of '03.
So you're working for there then?
Well, I did work for their Inc., yes, and then now I work for McKenna, yeah.
Well, I learn something new every day.
Yeah. I got hired as an event host back in 2003, and then we had our little Black Friday thing. I got laid off before that Black Friday, but then I was hired back the end of that year as community coordinator. And now, actually, I don't get to work in there. I work at MTV's Virtual World. Oh, stop it. So I'm community manager over there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
For some reason, she likes it.
Stop it. Be nice.
I'm being
It's
nice,
a wonderful experience. It really is. It's building community once again. It's you know, that's part of the great part of what I liked out of life in there, what I liked about being a beta member in here. It's just like getting to start over. Beta member over there and building everybody back. I like it. I like there a lot better. It's much more of my home feel, but it's exciting. It's fun.
So how long have you been here, Cyrex? How long have you been a member?
I've been actually going on 2 years now.
Oh, cool. And what's your favorite thing to do in there?
Writing for lit. No,
Run newspapers.
actually, lately it's either been a toss-up between racing bikes or drag racing cars. I've actually been doing drag racing events with another group of people about 3 nights a week now.
Oh, fun.
Always fun, you know, get down on that daggum starting line, they lift that gate, and next thing you know, you're blinking at the other end of the runway, and, you know, hopefully your number's called and said you won, so.
Oh, that's funny. Now, did you know that Evan started up a newspaper too?
No, I didn't
Actually,
know that.
he
Well,
started 2 of them.
I know he's got his forums going, but I didn't know he had a newspaper going.
He had a newspaper. He had Caldera Sun-Times, CST, which ran for how long, Evan? About a year? 2 years?
About 2 years, 2.5.
Did it? Okay. And then he had the Motu Eagle. And that one, how long did that last?
A year.
Okay. I couldn't remember. And then the Southern Forums was always separate from that. And he and I didn't take that over until recently. That was a sheer off. Yeah, Lynn Minmize. And that was, when did we start that up? Not us, you and I, but when did the group?
It actually
That was like
started,
a group project.
Yeah, it actually started,
Was that November of 2003?
it was just before there went gold. It was
Oh, before we went
around
out of
September.
beta?
Oh, yeah.
So then it was September. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
wow.
was right after the you-know-what drama.
I know, yeah. But I couldn't remember when that went. Oh, that was around Stedman. So it would have been
Yes.
September. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So I know full well, how running a newspaper can be, because it crushed
Yes,
me.
he does.
It just absolutely crushed me.
Aw.
Yeah, it can be. I found out that it can be a little bit of a challenge, but honestly, it's absolutely fun. I mean, I thoroughly enjoy it. You know, I'll pop into a neighborhood or something or an event and not let people know I'm there, and I'll just start taking pictures and writing stuff down, and next thing you know, it's in lit.
Oh, that's
Well, give
awesome.
your staff, I know you've already mentioned a couple of them. Who else do you have? Give them a little plug, too, for the people that are working for you now.
Well, like I said, I've got Dixie Chick. She's my assistant editor. I've got, of course, Lulu 8, who's doing Ask Lulu. Burnout King's doing his World of Wheels. Then I've got a great staff of other writers, such as, well, now there goes my mind. Adam McEnroe.
Yeah, there you go. I
Nothing
would
like
put him on the
putting you
spot. How about if we get a scroll of them across the screen when we're finished here?
Oh, we can do that.
That'll be great.
That'll be nice. Yeah, we don't want to forget anybody.
No, we got Reclusive. He's a great writer. Nigel Blackthorne. We've also got, yeah, he's writing for us.
That's fantastic.
Exactly. And we've got Lovey. It's Lovi. She's our auction fanatic. She keeps bugging me about an expense account. Yeah. Yeah. The problem is she'd break the bank. That woman loves to shop. Then we've got a couple of other members who are coming in new. We've got Lady D Nocturne, and we've also got Akasha 67. But I've got to actually send out the biggest shout and thank you to Scott SRT. He is the actual brains behind the redesign of the website. If it was not for him, I don't think I could have got it redesigned the way I was wanting it. He is one heck of a webmaster. And then Yuveto, I can't pronounce her name right. But she redesigned all the graphics on the pages. We've now got specific buttons for categories. So if you're looking at a news article, the button for it's different than the one for, say, community or events.
So what was the first big story you covered? You guys started with, was it Yellow Card or?
Oh, he was at MIMS, because that's how I found out.
MIMS, yeah.
Yeah.
MIMS was the biggest event, and CMG has really kept us busy with covering those. And I've got to give a big thank you to people like Emma and Gia over at The Voice. Gia, she was a sweetheart. We were covering the MIMS. Was it MIMS? It was either MIMS or it was Yellow Card. And I was at a loss. At that time, it was pretty much just me. And so I'm going to have to say probably MIMS. But anyhow, she was tagging me along, dragging me from venue to venue. She's a sweetheart, and I've got a big, big say thank you to her. And
she is a sweetheart.
Yeah. So, but she dragged me around that night and gave me some pointers on how to run the paper. Because, like I said, I'm green at it. I mean, I've never done it before.
Yeah, and The Voice is the what happened after the Motu. It was CST and Motu Eagle. A lot of the same people that worked and wrote for them, they went on to be The Voice. So that's awesome.
Yep, and so she helped me out a lot. But yeah, the biggest event was MIMS, and that honestly, I have to say, was a trip. I mean, MIMS came in and he just blew the crowd away. I mean, he was just interacting and everything.
He was amazing.
Yep, he was amazing. Last one we covered was the Beastie Boys. And, of course, I'm a big fan
That one
of
was
theirs.
a little crazy, yeah.
Yeah, a little crazy. I mean, I grew up listening to them back in the early 80s.
I have a scary, crazy crush on MCA now. They sent me out to do MIMS and to do Beastie Boys, and I sat in between the boys, and I've got a crazy mad crush.
Uh-oh.
I told Uncle John about it, though. We're good.
But yeah, that was...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say those were the two biggest articles. I started out writing. I would just, when I came in and started taking it over, of course, Uncle John, as you said before, you and him were the original founders of Lit. And in my eyes, y'all still own it, but he's my boss, so...
He's not my boss. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay,
He's sitting here.
Don't go tell him. Don't give him a big head. But so anyhow, I just covered some small things. Wrote about little things like Zona Island, the new theme park.
Yeah, Tropical
Yeah,
Adventures.
yeah, that place is a trip.
I
And I wrote
know.
about that, and actually I ended up meeting the Pirates Keep cheerleaders over
Oh,
there one
fun!
weekend. Oh, they're a great group of people to hang out with. And so, I mean, that's where it started. And then, of course, the CMG group started coming in. And Lily Allen's due up next. They thought in September, but we don't know when she's
Yeah,
coming.
I don't know about that one yet.
Didn't
We'll
she
see.
didn't she get deported or something?
She's in,
Uh-huh.
well, she just was very young, and so she's just having a rough summer. She'll turn it around, I bet.
Well,
But yeah,
hopefully
she
she'll
lost her
get it.
visa,
Yeah.
but she was going to be back in school anyway, so I'm not really sure. We'll see.
Well, if not, honestly, hopefully
I
CMG
want
will bring
KT.
someone else in. But, I would like to see, hopefully CMG will also start bringing more people in. If they are going to partner with McKenna like this, maybe they'll bring someone in at least once a month. I mean, so far,
That'd be
I think
fun.
it's been a huge success.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's been a lot of fun. We'll see. Yeah, we've got our brilliant team of biz dev guys who they decide all that stuff. But they love to hear our feedback. So do mention what you like and what you don't like.
And who you want to see?
I want KT Tunstall.
Really?
I like her.
I would have
Yeah.
not figured that.
Oh, I really like her. When the first time I heard that Black Horse in a Cherry Tree and I saw the video, I was just like, wow. And then that Suddenly I See song, that's like my favorite song of all time now. Totally.
I would
Yeah, I
have
just get lost.
never taken you for a fan.
Well, I'm still going to get down with the Beastie Boys, but yeah, I'm a huge KT Tunstall fan. I caught her on Austin City Limits, and I was even more impressed.
Is she on the Capitol label?
I believe so, because when I was there with Mims, one of the guys had to leave out and go, because she was in New York when I was, to be on the morning show or something, and so he must represent her as well, because he was leaving. I was like, oh, take me with you. But Mims was so much fun, I wasn't about to leave him. He just sat right down, and he was like, yo, I'll type myself. I was like, wow, yeah. He had a blast.
Yeah, one of my brothers works in one of their plants. He gets one of the perks is they get to take a CD or two every now and then.
Well,
Well,
I tell you what,
they've
Mackie, next time we get someone in and they send someone up to New York, tell them that this guy over at Life of There would love to go.
Yes, sir. And Evan and everybody else. Now, I don't...
Yeah, I have to go
Yeah,
too.
I think, Cyrex, Evan would find you and hunt you down if I took you over him. And I wouldn't wish that upon anybody.
I'm not that mean.
I know. But, you did finally make out with me, so it's not like I can't take you on a date.
Woman, let it go.
Mwah.
It was just a kiss.
Yeah, no
Oh,
kidding.
it
And
was a fantastic kiss.
oh my God, it lasted less than a second and was no tongue. Although we did have to do a second take of it because Rose Blossom ruined the film or something.
No, it was Fantine. She was like, oh, it didn't take.
I still say I was set up.
That was
Whatever.
funny. I think it was too, but I didn't have anything to do with it.
Well, I've got a perfect idea. Since this is the last taping of Crazy Talk, y'all two should kiss.
I think we should.
We've done it on stage already. And that's,
Have we? No, we have not. I've not
yes,
kissed
we
you
did.
virtually.
Yes, we did. Yes,
Oh,
we
I don't
did.
believe it.
Back in the audio version.
Well, that doesn't count.
Okay, I'll Photoshop one into the final print. Okay, Jesus, leave me alone.
Photoshop.
My